In this video, I'll reveal my secret tight end drafting strategy in 2024 fantasy redraft leagues. I'm Jim Coventry of RotoWire. Now, first, let's set up the rationale to how we get to the particular players. So 2023 was the first time since 2019 that the overall tight end one did not score at least 297 PPR points. It was usually Travis Kelce. There was one year that was Mark Andrews, but last year didn't happen. Now, let's go 2020 to 2022. The tight end one averaged a 60-point PPR edge over the next tight end. That is a massive difference, and that is why we were drafting Travis Kelce at the 106 in drafts. Very common, maybe a little less, a little more with Kelce, but he was always way up there because of that hammer that you had over the position. 2020 to 2022. Let's go down to the tight end number 3. That player rarely hit 200 PPR points. It happened one time in those 3 years. Dalton Schultz had a 206 with Dallas in 2021. So you had the overall tight end 1, tight end 2 was a drop-off, and then 3 was a free fall. And then there were a bunch of tight ends closely grouped. But when we were drafting the tight end 3 to the tight end 8. It was a desperate attempt to chase that 200-point season that likely was not going to happen. So what's different this year? 2023, we had 6 tight ends very closely bunched within 31 PPR points of each other at the top. All 6 of those had 200 PPR points. So we had a higher floor on the tight ends, but we didn't have ceiling. 234 points was the top of the rock in PPR. So we had no ceiling, but we had 6 highly grouped, packed players. This reflects the 2023 season, the 2019 season. Only 40 points separated the top 5 tight ends in 2019, and all 5 of them reached 200 points. So it was a 3-year lull, but last year mimicked that. Now, in 2024 drafts, we have made a market correction. Tight ends aren't going in the first round. It's like the 3rd round. You'll see Sam Laporta or Travis Kelce go in many leagues. So that adjustment's been made. However, the mistake is that there's a gap in the drafting from Kelce and Laporta down to the next 4 tight ends. Considering the usage of these tight ends remain similar, there's going to be a very close gap. So first of all, if you're drafting those top 2, you're probably overpaying because you could wait another round or 2 and you should get similar production. So the value is drafting the back end of that group. Mark Andrews, Kyle Pitts. Andrews, tight end 4, tight end 5. Kyle Pitts, usually around tight end 6 or 7. You should be able to get similar production from them than you're getting from the top end tight ends. And that's even if they barely crack a 200 PPR point season. Mark Andrews, healthy this year, back with Lamar Jackson, year 2 of the offense with Todd Monken. Lamar Jackson looked better as the season went on. Andrews could still be the top receiving option in that offense. Kyle Pitts, I know he hasn't been great the last couple of years, hasn't been good, but Arthur Smith's gone. We have to think Zach Robinson coming in is going to be a big advantage for him. Or you can wait. You can wait. As I said earlier, league plays 73% zone. The league is making adjustments to that right now, and we're going to see them attack those seams more. So you want to wait on tight end. Jake Ferguson, tight end 8 or 9. He could be the second option in the passing game for Dallas behind CeeDee Lamb. His role should increase. He showed when Dallas went pass heavy, they leaned on him heavier as a seam option and a red zone option. Ferguson's role could increase and he could be of value. Waiting later, Pat Freiermuth. A lot of people are out on Freiermuth because of Arthur Smith and Kyle Pitts' lack of production. But remember, Jonnu Smith, the second tight end, had a career year last year. There are tight end targets in Arthur Smith's offense. Freiermuth could be the number 2 option in the offense. We have George Pickens. Calvin Austin, smaller guy. They run 80% heavy personnel usually. Probably not going to be a full-time player. Roman Wilson profiles to be a slot, but when you're playing 80% heavy personnel, do you even use a slot receiver? My answer is probably not. Freiermuth will be the receiving tight end. Darnell Washington and others will be called upon to block. Or you can wait on Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry goes super late, maybe the 15th or so tight end. They did draft Jalen Polk in the second round. Kendrick Bourne's coming off an ACL. Demario Douglas is a slot receiver, and we don't know how many 3-receiver sets they'll play. Henry could be the second option in the offense. So these are 3 tight ends that you could target if you're waiting late. But remember, as the research showed from last year and as teams attack the zone defenses, we're not seeing the big blow-up season from the tight ends, but we are seeing the top ones are going to have a very high floor, and it's going to put them closer together, and we may see more tight ends join that group in 2024.